Hello friends, welcome back to the Craft Castle. Today let's learn how to make some money gift holders. I think this craft is so cool. I've been seeing it all over TikTok. It's been trending there. It's been trending over on Etsy. This is like such a neat, great gift idea. And so of course I had to jump right on here and learn how to make this and where to scour this little piece at. Man, oh man, was this really hard to find. I actually found it. I have like 5,000 of them now in my shop. So I will link this in the description of this video. So if you wanted to make these and you did not know where to find these little plastic pieces, description in my bio for that. It is going to be placed right on top of here. So today we're not going to be making an Amazon themed one. What we're going to be making is a teacher gift one because back to school is going to be coming up super quick. And so I like a good theme, and of course my kids are going to be giving back to school gifts to the new teachers that they have in for their school year. So I'm going to start making some back to school crafts now. All right, let's get started. All you're going to need is design space. I already have my project pulled up, and then a couple little extras that you're going to need. So first and foremost, let me make that one smaller. I don't need that one. Okay. First and foremost, I actually, on top of having this little plastic piece listed in my shop, in Design Space, Cricut Design Space, I actually already have a free project, and it's this thing right here. I will link the project link down in the description of this video below. You can just click on that, and then it will automatically take you to the project that has this money file in it, so you don't have to figure out how to make the backer part or this little whole thing that's right here. It is already done for you. This is the most amazing part ever. So I've already done it for you, and it's a free file. The other thing that you're going to need is this TV. So you can look it up if you wanted to on images. You could look it up, or the cool thing is if you're over here on images and you right click, there is right here. Okay, right click on the like one of these little cuts, right click on that and do image info. And do you see this hashtag F79B3E? Okay, if you were to jot this down and then go over here in images and put it in right here and then press enter, it would automatically search for you. So the coolest part about this, let me cancel out of that, is I am going to put in the description of this video the actual hashtag for this. So all you have to do is go into images, put that hashtag in there, press go or press return, and this little clip art from Design Space will load up. I'm sure you're wondering why in the world I have this. I will show you in a second. The other cool thing too is if there is like image sets that you want, like you are interested in, if you click on here and view image sets, everything that is with that image set, like cartridge from back in the day, it will all load up for you all together. I'm going to click out of that, cancel out. Okay. So for this project in Design Space, you'll just need that free file that I was telling you about, this little TV. I already have pulled up a composition notebook because remember, we are doing a back to school themed project. So I already have like what a composition notebook looks like. This is why we needed this TV, because we need this like weird misshapen square thing, and it looks awfully like this TV. I actually have a theme in my shop. It's kind of like an 80s, 90s theme. And I use this television as one of the clip arts. And so when I was looking at like what a composition notebook looked like, I'm like, oh, I've seen that. I've seen that weird shape before, and it's in the TV. That's why we need that. Instead of having to create your own, we're just going to slice and weld and do things to it. Okay, so I already have what a composition notebook looks like. So we're going to try and mimic that. And then open up Google or any internet thing that you have going on and put in composition background and press return. I have shown you how to do this before, but if you have not seen that previous video, go up here into images and find whichever background that you like that mimics a composition notebook. Always remember that when you click on the image and you come over here, hover over, don't touch anything, but just hover over it. And this number right here, it's hard to see because it's black and white. but it's 800 by 491. And if we go to that one, this one is 600 by 600. We can just keep them. This one's 1500 by 1600. So you see how the numbers change? The bigger the number, the better. That means there's more resolution to that. So when you're trying to find any type of clip art, backgrounds, or anything like that, you want higher number, the better. On that note, this one right here, although it's 1500 by 1600, there is like a small watermark. It's hard to see, but trust me, when you go and blow it up or you go to print this, you will see it. It will be pronounced when you go to print that. So that's two things. Higher the number, the better. And then obviously something that has not a watermark to it. Whenever you find the one that you're looking for or the one that you want to use, I'm just trying to find one. I already have it downloaded onto my computer, so I really don't need this. But just to show you, oh, this one looks really good. There's no watermark. Right click on that image and do open image in a new tab. This will pop up, and then you just want to screenshot it. So on the Macs, it's Command Shift 4. And we're just going to take a screenshot of this. There it is. Okay, going back, it's going to go back behind here. There it is right there. It gets saved to my desktop. Now what we want to do is we want to create a background. So go into Uploads in Design Space. And instead of being in Images, we want to go to the right to Pattern Fill. And then do Upload Pattern. Find your pattern. You can drag and drop it. That's what I just did. And then you can rename it whatever you want. And then come over here and press Upload. It might take a second. Sometimes it takes a while depending on how big that file is. Still thinking, it's still wanting to upload. Okay, when it finally gets uploading, it says pattern uploaded successful, but it's nowhere to be found here. Don't worry, don't panic. You did it correct. It is okay. Click out of that, just press upload again, and everything will pop up. You still can't find it. That's not a big deal. So what we want to do is we want to change this back portion to look like this one right here, where the back is the composition. So click that, come up here into operation, and instead of it being a basic cut, we want it to be a print and then cut file. And then go into the color, and instead of it would automatically be like this, what you would want to do is click that print type and then go down to pattern and find the pattern that you just uploaded. For me, it's like I have these on like Cricut ones already put in, and they're always these like, it's after all of that. So find the one that you uploaded and then click out of that. If you like the look of this, like if it loaded up fine and you like the look of it, if you want it like smaller, bigger, like more specs, less specs, click back into pattern and then go to edit pattern. And then we can scale this by just adjusting the numbers. This right here is like the live preview. You can use the slider. You can rotate this, flip this. You can do whatever you want. But essentially, see how it's like getting less. There's less speckles. These are smaller speckles. Just make it to however you like. I mean, it's a composition notebook. I don't think that it looks any different whether it's big or small. But that is whatever is your liking. Now that you have that, we want to now make this little funky shape. The only thing that we're going to need from this television is that blue aqua thing. So all you want to do is click on that TV and press ungroup. And then you just want to take that aqua weird shape, move it over to the side, and delete everything else. We don't need that. We're going to drag this back over into our notebook, unclick it up here, and then we can just readjust the size however we would like it to look. And we'll just change this to white because it's white generally in a composition notebook. Okay, I am going to zoom in. Now we need see those outlines that we need right there? That's what we're going to work on next. So then click on your funky shape again and press offset. Let it load. There's like a little load sometimes. Like, oh, there it is. See, it's starting to load just a little bit. Let it do its thing. And instead of being an offset, we want it to go an inset. So we want it to go inside. So I'm just going to drag my dragger tool. And I played around with this a lot, and I really liked negative 0.03. That's the size that I really liked it at, although it looks a little bit different. I'm going to do 0.5. Okay, 0.05. On my laptop, it was 0.03, but that's fine. I'm going to keep my corners as a rounded edge. If you wanted to, you could do square edges, but I'm going to keep it at rounded and then press apply. And then you want to do another inset. I'm going to change this over into a different color just so you can see what I'm doing. And then click on that pink one again, or the inset that you just created. Press offset again. And then don't change this number over and press apply. So now you have the 2 layers. With the 2 layers, just press shift on your keyboard and click the pink one and that layer that you just created. Right click and press slice. So we don't need that one. We're going to keep, we need that one, and we don't need that one. We're going to keep it just for a second. So we're going to move this little outline back, and we'll change this to black. This is the one that we're looking for. Now that we have that one outline, we need to create another one. So keeping that pink one, what we're going to do is we're going to create another inset. So just press that offset button and press apply, and then do one more. So press offset again and then apply. And you want to then click on the inset that you created and then that black one that you have, and then press slice. So then you have another donut. Delete everything else besides that other donut that you created. So what you should be left with is this one and this one, and then obviously your big white one. Drag this over, and what you could do is press shift and select both of your donuts and that white funky shape. Come up here into align and press center. And so that created this right here. Now all we need to do for the front piece, the front portion of this, let me drag this up so you can see exactly what we're doing. There we go. Okay, so now all you need to do is just add in your text box and your name. I'm actually using my son's 4th grade teacher for this one. We already know who his 4th grade teacher is. So I'm personalizing it with her name, and that's pretty easy. Just from name and subject. And you can do align to the left. We'll make this smaller. I don't like the spacing of this. I like it to be a little bit more spaced out. So you can come up here into advanced and ungroup the lines. We can just maneuver them around a little bit. And then I'm just going to copy this over here because I don't need to redo that one. Bring to the front. Oh, let me make this smaller. There we go. Okay, we readjust those sizes. It looks good. I love the look of this. Okay, so in this one that I created right here, see how you can still see the plastic portion of this? And I just have like a yellowish orange circle. You can do it like that. I obviously have done it here, and I like the look of this. Or what we could do is just elevate it just a little bit more, and I already have it kind of right here where it's cut out. So that way when we go to assemble this, like, it will be hidden. All that glue and everything will just be hidden in there. You know, we're being picky here, right? It really looks perfectly fine just like this, but I just like to do a little bit more extra and make it look like a fully finished piece. So if you buy the ones from my shop, go into shapes and press the square button. If you purchase these lipstick tubes from somewhere else, you'll have to take measurements of yours that you have. For mine, the ones that I sell in my shop, come over here into the this lock button, unclick that, and we're going to make the width 3 inches and the height 1 inch. And then arrange this in whichever fashion that you would like up, down, low. I have another one for sublimation blanks, so we'll get to that later on this week. and I have a Starbucks one and I put it in a completely different area. So wherever you would like that, take your cursor tool, just select both of the backer and that rectangle, come up here to a line and press center. That means that it's all going to be center. So for this one, I'm just going to select both again, right click and press slice. And then delete your rectangles that are left over, and now you're left with a hole that's going to be cut into like this right here. So this is what it's going to look like. We're going to send this one to the back, and don't do anything right now, but I'll show you in a second what we do next. Okay, so I'm going to delete that one because we've already done that one. Now let's work on the backer piece. So for this one right here, I don't have a backer piece. It's just plain, but I would like for, see how this one says like from? I'm going to have my son sign his name on it. So it's like a handwritten gift. So we need the back portion of that. So taking your composition backer that you just created and press duplicate, we'll drag that over. We're going to change this to just change it over to a basic cut right now. It's easier to see when you do a print and cut, you lose the lines and it's hard to see. And then we're going to change this to white. Now, we do not want this hole to be cut out. So go back over into the bottom right here where it says contour. And then just select that rectangle and click out of it. Now that rectangle's gone, that's exactly what you're looking for. So this sign, this little piece is pretty symmetrical, but just in case it's not, we're gonna flip this horizontally. Now, there is a glitch in Design Space that horizontal and vertical are messed up, they're flipped. So if I were to press horizontal, it goes the wrong direction. So if you're watching this and there's still a glitch, it's flip and vertical to flip it like a hamburger, or to flip it like a hamburger, right? Hot dog. Anyways, flip it over like that instead of doing it underneath. Okay, this right here, the back of the notebook, because I want this to look like a composition notebook. So we got the folder on the outside, and then the inside's going to be like the page. I actually created all of that myself. There's no like download for it. Go over into images. Oh, no, sorry, I'm sorry. Go over into shapes, and we're just going to insert a rectangle. And then I'm going to come up here to this unlock button, and I'm going to make this any width that you want. And the height of this card is 5 inches. So I'm going to make sure and make my height for this 5 inches as well. And then after you're done doing that, just put it wherever you would like it to go. Select both of these and align to the top. That means that it's going to be the same everywhere. So you're not going to have any overlapping. We're going to change this to red. And now we need that cool blue, right? To make it look like a notebook. So just take that line that you have, duplicate it. Come up here to rotate. And we're going to rotate this over 90 degrees. And then the width of your card is 4 inches. So we're going to unhook that. And we're going to do 4 inches on the height. Oh, nope. We are hooked onto the backer card. Make sure you're clicking on that line. Unhook that and do 4 inches. And then this is going to be changed to blue. Now, obviously we're going to need to make multiple lines, so just copy and paste your lines in there. You don't have to worry about aligning your tools or your lines and making sure that they're evenly spaced out. Just create a bunch of lines, how many ever you think that you are going to want. Copy and paste that into there. Okay, and now with all of your lines that you think that you're going to need, select all of them and then come up here to align and do center horizontally, and then also do a line and distribute vertically. That means that every single line is going to be evenly spaced out. And then you can go ahead and readjust these if you wanted to, or if you like the spacing, you could, but I'm just gonna bring it down just a little bit. Looks pretty good. Okay, so click out of that and now select everything, the white portion and all your blue lines. Don't do the red line, and just do a line horizontally. Same thing that we did for the top for the black line. It's gonna make sure that there's no overlapping so it doesn't like mess up your cut. And then you just add in your text box. All of the ones that I have here are, let me see, right click, unflatten. All the ones that I have here are all Cricut fonts. I'll put all the fonts that I use in the description of the video as well if you want to use them. I'm just going to arrange these to the front and put them over here. And then this pencil right here, I just added something extra because I felt like it needed something extra. I really don't think it does, but then I thought like, well, it kind of looks a little plain. So I added in this this pencil. Again, if you wanted to figure out what it is or like where to find it, if you can find more in this little area, right click the image. Oh my goodness gracious. Right click that image and down at the bottom is image info. Here's that hashtag number, but then you also can view image in the sets. And this is like everything that this person, this creator, sometimes it's like more geared just to school stuff. So I guess it just depends on whoever created this. And I added it into my project, and I'm just going to drag it over. Oh, it's behind. I'm going to arrange to the front, bring it to the front, and there we go. Now again, I'm going to leave this spot blank. You could put your son or daughter's or whoever's name on there. I'm going to leave it blank just so my son can handwrite something in there. Delete that. Okay, so now all you want to do is select your composition notebook portion, right click and press flatten. And then select this portion, which is that notebook, right click and press flatten. So now you have now you have two. When we load it into Design Space, it's going to look like this. We're going to press make it. It'll load, take a second. There we go. And that's what it's going to look like. You're going to be able to get two on a sheet of Cricut or for Cricut Design Space print and cut. Okay, go ahead and print this, cut it on your Cricut, and then come back to me and we will assemble this together. For the rest of this project, you don't need a whole lot. You just need your print and cut image already printed and then cut right here. Okay, the next thing that you're going to need outside of those two things is the little plastic piece. The one that I offer has the 3M already on there, so it's just a peel and stick, which is amazing. You're going to need a little bit of cash to roll up and then some glue to put these two together like that. I am using Super Tight's Precision Craft glue. This is like my absolute favorite glue. It comes with the tip already in the bottle, so you don't have to look for the little needle to unclog your glue. But then it also has like a really fine tip, precision tip, which I love so much. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that everything is taken out of the thing. If that's a leftover, you can just throw that away. Okay, you're gonna want to sandwich these into together, but remember, if you created this hole that's right here, this is going to need to be slipped into that, right? So we're just creating it. You want to make sure and center that on there. So before we do that, what I'm going to do is take a little bit of glue and I'm going to go around the outside perimeter of the back side of our card. And then I'm also just going to decorate the inside of it with a little bit of glue. Make sure that you don't put any glue right here because you don't want the glue to go and show through in here. Now what you're going to want to do is take your cash, whatever cash that you want, and roll it up pretty tight so it has room to breathe a little bit. When you put it in here, it'll start to unravel. So just make sure that it's tight. Take the 3M tape off the back. There we go. This is just that little sticker portion. We're going to put that in there. Keep your finger on that dollar bill or whatever you're using so it doesn't get, it starts to unravel. Now all you're gonna wanna do is try and center this as much as possible in that hole that you've created. Start on one corner. And stick down that the tape portion. There we go. And then I'm going to just drag my finger around and make sure that it's completely sealed. That little plastic piece is put down really good. And then now I'm going to make sure that everything else is lined up. So this hole right here is completely lined up and there's no overlap. And now what you're left with is this is the front and that's the back. Look at how amazing. Now your child can just write their name right here. If I was doing this with my son, I would have already had him sign this before putting this all together. But I mean, he still could do this right now just by holding it, but it will rock back and forth. So it does make it a little bit difficult. But now that you've had the two sides glued, once the glue dries, it will be very stiff, and so it doesn't seem very flimsy. But that's it right there. All right, y'all, I sure hope that you love this craft, and I will see you next time with a sublimation blank. It's gonna be wood, gonna look almost the same. We're gonna do a Starbucks version, but it is going to look just like this. Can't wait to show you that version. All right, y'all, I will see you later.